Well, I think as you can see, it's actually stopped raining for 5 minutes, and this is good news because this means I'm going to be able to get the tent box on, take Mrs. Boardman out and go for a day and a night out exploring out and about around Argyll and Bute again. We're going to go out around the Ardnamurchan Peninsula, and well, first things first, I'm going to show you how we put our tent box on the car. So the first thing I do is take the ladder off, because I don't think there's any reason to have that extra weight, and for the sake of taking it off and putting it back on within seconds, there's no reason to be lifting it. So this goes in the boot. Now, I personally don't have a garage, but my neighbour does, and this is their garage, and they very generously allow me to keep my tent box in their garage. The tent box I keep on a bogie, as we call it in Yorkshire, or a dolly trolley, I think they probably call it, and that's just a piece of wood that I fired some wheels on, and that just allows me and Mrs. Boardman just to run it out of the garage straight to the back of the car and get it ready for popping on the car. On this occasion, just to show you how easy it is, I'm going to push it to the car myself. And now it's in position. We've just got to wait for Mrs. Boardman to come out and give me a hand to put it on the top. And now that roughly in place, I'll just centre it up on the top of the car, and then we shall bolt it down to the roof rack. Very, very easy to do. Rain's on again. Right, these on. So them all loosely nipped now. I can tighten them up with this bad boy. That's how you put a tent box on. Back again, it is just after 11 AM, and again another break in the showers, which is allowing us just to get all packed up and ready to go. So as I suggested, we're going to go onto the Ardnamurchan Peninsula, which is basically head up towards Fort William to the Corran Ferry, over on the Corran Ferry, and that's a peninsula, and then we're going to go around in a clockwise direction, finishing with Glenfinnan tomorrow, hopefully with better weather. We will we'll make a decision though when we get up there, because if the Corran Ferry is busy, I'll probably go in an anti-clockwise and we'll go do Glenfinnan this afternoon. But the longer we stay up there, the better the weather gets. So without further ado, let us make it.
Sheets of rain, but I am ever hopeful.
That's us now here at the Corran Ferry, and on the ferry, first to be on, which is good, not a long way, and £11 single with the car, which is okay, and that will take us over to the Ardnamurchan Peninsula, which we're gonna have an adventure on today and tomorrow, and call home tonight. So all well. The rain, well, it's on and off, but it's going to be like that, and to be honest, I'm not too fussed about the rain as long as the wind drops a bit. That will be good. But anyway, the adventure starts proper now. We have arrived at our destination now, and as you can see, the sea. A very, very beautiful place. We've got some seals that's just come to visit us, which is very nice. Nosy but nice. I'll show you the pitch in a short while. So a nice steady drive round, really. It was all very good. This is the third of 3 pitches I was looking at. So this was plan C, pitch C, and as it's turned out, there were nobody here, so we've got it all to ourselves, which is perfect, certainly for now anyway. Well, we got through to Strontian, and we planned to stop there and get a little bit of lunch, and as it turned out, there was the agricultural show that was being hosted by Strontian, so it was rude not to have a look round, and it was quite good. There was cows and sheep and goats, and there was old equipment and gymkhana going on, and lots of judging, and a beer tent which I didn't go into. I was very, very intelligent. Mrs. Boardman's just going to look for the seals. And then just had a nice steady drive round here to pitch number 3. It's currently 10 to 5. Right, I'll show you where we're pitched. Not perfect, little bit of a slope, but comfortable nonetheless. So a tiny bit of a slope just this way. So Mrs. Boardman's going to go on this side. And the shelter again, which we've just perched just right on the edge of this grass. You can just see it there. Just flat enough inside with all the comforts of home. And just in case this rain comes in, which it has been on and off for the whole journey, but there's some proper punchy showers as well, so having the shelter up is fine. That water does look nice. Mrs. Boardman promised that sun had come out, and she were right. Blue skies, blue seas, and nosy seals. Well, I don't know about you, but it's beer o'clock. In fact, it's 13 minutes past beer o'clock. What are you doing with stones? Nearly 8:30 now, and that's us done. We're all fed, we're all watered, and the midges have come out to play now. The wind's dropped, and that's fine, isn't it? We've got some repellent on, so they're not biting. But a lovely evening, and all bodes well for a quiet night. The road's started to quieten down a bit now, which is good, and well, with a bit of luck it'll be a comfortable evening, and tomorrow we'll move on and go and visit Glenfinnan. I don't know how many times I've driven through Glenfinnan, many times, but never actually stopped and actually had a look either at the monument or the viaduct. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow, and depending what time we get away from here in the morning, then it should be quite quiet when we get there. And then a steady drive back down through Fort William and Glencoe and home. But tomorrow looks fantastic weather. Right, that's us done. We're going to go to bed very soon and just relax. So I'll see you in the morning. Bye for the new. Morning. How are you this morning? Good. Me? Yes, we're... Me and Mrs. Boardman are good this morning. Just after 8 AM. It is an absolutely beautiful morning. Didn't sleep too bad. I was up and about at 2 AM. Lovely star show. In between the clouds, that kind of stuff, but that's the beauty of these don't know, these openings in the roof. I guess you can see the stars, and you can see the stars, definitely. I need to keep moving because the midges are rooting about. We're going to have some breakfast in a minute or two and then get packed up, but altogether a very successful night. All packed up now, and well, don't forget, leave no trace at all. Glenfinnan next stop. Just stopped a little bit way on the road towards Glenfinnan, trying to get a view of this loch, but there's nothing to be seen. It's all bracken and trees and overgrown. Then if you drive a little bit further down the road, you do get the beautiful views of this lovely loch. Have a look at these. Tell you what, it might be pretty, but bloody hell, midges are biting. Oh, nice though. It's drawn a crowd. Right, Glenfinnan, let's go. Well, a quick update. What can I say? We've driven down into Glenfinnan and it's just after 10 AM in the morning and every single car park is closed because they're full. Absolutely choked. And the laybys, we're now I think about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles out of Glenfinnan, are also full. And folk are just walking back down Main Road just to get to Glenfinnan. So I don't know. Do we increase car parking space, or do we buy tickets up front so we can get a car parking space so we can visit these places? Don't know. Anyway, well, that'll do Glenfinnan on another day. And bearing in mind this were a big part of this trip, you're disappointed? She's okay. Right, well, what we'll do is we'll drive a little bit further on, down through Fort William, may take a stop and get a few views there, and we can always, if we can get parked, get a couple of views of Glencoe. Right, see you soon.
Successful, and it's a big problem for us.
A new artwork's appeared in London, causing speculation it might...
It's official. Scotland is full. Say hello, Mrs. Boardman.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we're done now. It's we're down Lomond side now. Everywhere's full. There's no parking spaces, so we've just decided that we're going to come back home as the day's still relatively young. It's just after noon, and get the tent aired out and take it off exactly the way we put it back on. So it should be a nice day for doing that. Get everything put away for the next journey. So, well, we do hope you've enjoyed it. Disappointing that we didn't get to see the Glenfinnan Viaduct proper, but we're just going to have to put this down to one of those autumn trips, or winter even, where it's a little bit quiet and we've got more of Scotland to ourselves. But anyway, if you have enjoyed watching it, thank you very much. As always, we'll have a thumbs up if there's any going. And, well, see you on the next one. Bye for the now.